Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell. Thanks. We're at day 54 in the Nancy Guthrie case. She is still missing. We are still hoping to find some information, and today I think we got some details.
Take me back to the day. It was, I guess, a normal weekend for you.
Yeah.
The weekend your mom went missing. Tell me what you were doing and what happened.
Well, I had given Mike for Christmas a boys' trip to go play tennis, and so he had been gone for the weekend. So I took my kids actually to Carson's. So we had a beautiful, fun night together, and then I came home, and really it just got home at the same time that Mike came home, and we were just saying hi, putting down our stuff, and the kids were running around. And my sister called me, and I said, "Is everything okay?"
Yeah.
And she said, "No." She said, "Mom's missing." And I said, "What?"
Yeah.
"What are you talking about?" She said, "She's gone." And she was in a panic. I was in a panic. I'm like, "Call 911.
Yeah.
She's like, "I did. We've called them. They're here." And we thought that she must have had like some kind of medical episode in the night, and that somehow, the paramedics had come because the back doors were propped open, and that didn't make any sense. We thought maybe they came and there was a stretcher and they took her out the back. But her phone was there and her purse was there and all her things. And it just didn't make any sense. So, Annie and Tommy had already called all the hospitals, but then I'm like, I'm going to call the hospital. So then I started calling the hospitals, and the police were there and talking to her at the same time. And it was just chaos and disbelief.
Within hours, Savannah was making the long journey home to Tucson.
You saw Annie and Cam when you got to their house. Tell me about that moment.
Just disbelief and hugging each other. And I think we were on the phone with the sheriff and trying to, really make clear from the very early moments, Annie and Tommy were saying this isn't that case that you are used to where someone wanders off. She can't wander off. My mom, she was in tremendous pain. Her back was very bad. She was trying to, on a good day, she could walk down to the mailbox and get the mail, but most days not. So there was no wander off. And the doors were propped open.
Yeah.
And there was blood on the front doorstep. And the Ring camera had been yanked off.
Yeah.
And so we were saying, this is...
Do something.
This is not okay.
Yeah.
This isn't... Something is very wrong here.
Yeah. Did you guys talk about what possibly could have happened? Like, what could have happened? What went down? Did you...
I think my brother... my siblings are so amazing. My brother, he spent his career in the military and worked in intelligence and is a fighter pilot and is brilliant. And he saw very clearly right away what this was.
Yeah.
And even on the phone, when I called him, he knew.
He knew.
And he said, "I think she's been kidnapped for ransom." And I said,
Yeah.
"What?
Yeah.
Well, why? What?" And then, it sounds so like, how dumb could I be? But I didn't want to believe. I just said, "Do you think because of me?" And he said, "I'm sorry, sweetie, but yeah, maybe." But I knew that.
You did?
I hope not. We still don't know. Honestly, we don't know anything.
No.
We don't know anything. So I don't know that it's because she's my mom, and somebody thought, oh, that girl, that lady has money, we can make a quick buck. I mean, that would make sense, but we don't know. But yeah, that's probably, which is too much to bear. To think that I brought this to her bedside, that it's because of me. And I just say, I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry to my sister and my brother and my kids and my nephew and Tommy and my brother-in-law. I'm like, so sorry. I'm so sorry. If it is me, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom.
In the initial days, you and your sister and brother sat together. In all the despair, you sat and managed to think of words to say. How were you able to do that in that moment?
Well, my siblings are amazing. And we are a unit. And I talked about how brilliant my brother is, but my sister is equally brilliant and also has special powers of intuition and faith and language and depth and heart. And I feel like we came together with all these beautiful gifts that came from our mom and dad and from God. And somehow together we did our best to come up with the words to say. And I haven't posted one thing or said one thing that the three of us haven't decided together. It is surreal. It's, how is it possible that we are having to make a video speaking to a kidnapper who took an 84-year-old woman in the dead of night in her pajamas with no shoes, without her medicine, this little person, and to beg for mercy.
In the days that followed, multiple notes demanding payment were sent to various media outlets.
The ransom notes or ransom requests came. Did you believe those to be real?
There are a lot of different notes, I think, that came. And I think most of them, it's my understanding, are not real. And I didn't see them. But, you know, a person that would send a fake ransom note really has to look deeply at themselves.
Yeah.
To a family in pain. But I believe the two notes that we received, that we responded to, I tend to believe those are real.
Really? When the Ring camera video surfaced and you could see who that person was, just tell me what you thought when you saw those images of the person who took your mother.
I mean, it's just absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
It's just totally terrifying. And I can't imagine that that is who she saw standing over her bed.
Yeah.
I can't. It's too much.
Yeah.
And I'm glad and grateful to the investigators and the technology companies that were able to find that video. So I hope at least with people of good heart and compassion, stop the irresponsible and cruel speculation that had started to swirl.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
I'm glad that people saw
Yeah.
what came to our door.
Yeah. When you talk about the cruel speculation, the whispers, the innuendo that it was somebody in your family, how did you weather that?
It's unbearable.
Yeah.
And it piles pain upon pain. There are no words. There are no words. I don't understand. I'll never understand. And no one took better care of my mom than my sister and brother-in-law. And no one protected my mom more than my brother. And we love her, and she is our shining light. She's our matriarch. She's all we have.
Savannah and her family stayed together in Arizona for weeks as the media coverage grew more intense.
We had to move houses many times because people came, and not everyone is respectful, unfortunately. You know? And there was a night we had to leave in the dark in the desert, holding hands, me and my sister and brother and I, get into a car waiting for us because the people outside were closing in. So we found a place that was safe, and then we couldn't really leave too much. So like those days are a blur.
Yeah.
Crying and praying.
How did your family feel about the way the investigation was conducted?
Well, it's still going.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people have worked tirelessly. And we see that. But we need answers. We cannot be at peace without knowing. And someone can do the right thing. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And our hearts are focused on that.
I think where Savannah ended that, it's not too late to do the right thing, is really, I think, the intent from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think she was, a fantasy was that someone sees it, someone who saw someone who knows someone who will say something.
Right. Yeah.
Because, you know, I think she really, this is all about bringing Nancy
Well, it's still an
home.
open case.
Well, there you have it. So we learned that Nancy was in pajamas when she left the house with no shoes. We also learned that the back doors were propped open. And I believe that is coming from that covered porch, because the rest of the house has sliders. And you wouldn't need to prop them open, but there very well are probably French doors there, just due to the style of the house. Everywhere else there seems to be sliding doors on the pool house, other than the other door, but she mentions doors specifically. She also mentions that the ransom note, she believes the two were real. So that tells me that they don't know if they're authentic or not. And she keeps saying, we don't know anything. And sadly, I think that's the biggest take home here. I really don't think they know very much. They know more than we do, but I don't think it's a whole lot. That's why we're on day 54. Let's check out part 2.
You speak about your mom always in the present tense.
Yeah. I mean, she is present tense to me.
Do you feel her, or have you heard her any moments?
Yeah, a little bit.
Tell me about your mommy. Just tell me about her.
My mom she's incredible. She's resolute and strong. Quiet strength, quiet faith, but hard fought. She's funny and a little mischievous, I would say, in her humor. She's a noble creature. She does what's right. She walks in faith, but not a fake, pious, put on faith, but like a grounded, earthy, she fought for it faith.
When you posted Please Pray in the beginning, the ocean of love and prayers, did you feel that? Did you sense what was happening?
I do feel prayers, you know, I do. I believe that. I think she would have been just amazed, just truly amazed.
One of the images that stayed with me through all of this was you and Annie and Tommaso walking up and looking at the flowers and at the notes. As I saw that, I thought, oh, I wonder if Savannah's going inside, and what that must have felt like for you to go inside of your mom's, your childhood home, your mom's house.
Yeah, I mean, this is the house that we grew up in. It's really the only house I've ever known and remember. So we moved there when I was about 4, I think. It's the house where I came home on a Friday night at 16, and my mom and sister were on the couch praying and told me that my father had died. It's the house where all of our memories are, good and bad. So it's hallowed ground. My mom loved and treasured that house. In good years and lean years, they were able to hold on to that house. That's my mom's safe haven. It's really hard to see that violated, and the terror that she must have felt is unbearable. It's unbearable.
Tell me, while you were spending all this time in Tucson, your kids were home, what do they know?
Well, it's so hard with kids because, you know, you want to protect them. Vale would write me all the time, Mama, any leads? Any leads? Do you hear anything? You know, any hope? And I think that, you know, we tried to talk to them and try to give them a little more certainty than we have, to let them grieve. And for my little nephew Olmo too, you know, there's just a way in which this is even so much harder on Annie and Tommy and Olmo, because they're there.
They're there, yeah.
And they were there every day for my mom. They made it possible for her to stay in the house we grew up in that she loved so much. I think she always stayed in that house because I think she still felt my father there. All our memories. You know, let her have her space. And there's just a way in which this is just even more excruciating for them and all that they've been through.
I know it was a hard decision for you, and I know you told me about this, was coming back here, leaving Arizona to come back to New York. Why was that so difficult, that choice?
I looked out the window of the airplane and just thought, where are you?
Yeah.
That desert, that beautiful desert that she loves. Where are you?
Yeah.
How could I leave you? But my mom taught me a lot about grief. Our family knows grief. My father passed when I was 16 years old. He was only 49. It was a shock. And I remember my mom saying in those early days when Daddy died, like, you have to get up and decide and do. Just decide and do. And she had read that in a book that meant a lot to her and her grief. And so I always remember that. So I'm trying to decide and do. Just get up and decide and do every day. You know, I've felt terrible grief, and I felt unfathomable love and comfort. The goodness and kindness of God is remarkable, and in equal measure to my sorrow.
Wow.
She showed us how to survive the unimaginable. When she lost my dad, she was 46 years old. She had 3 kids. She had never worked outside the home. She had to get up. She had to find a job. She had to mother 2 teenagers and 1 young adult just starting making his way into the world. She took care of her mother, her brother, who had Down syndrome. She invited to come live with us. She worked part-time to make ends kind of meet. She found a way, another job, a job she turned into a full-time job, a job she turned into a career. She had a second life of purpose and meaning. She had 1 million friends. She stayed strong for us. She was resolute. She was real. She grieved. I remember moments in my childhood and those days after my dad died. She was so strong. But some mornings, before dawn, when she thought we were still sleeping, I would hear her crying at my door. To not be alone in her grief. So she taught me to be strong, but she taught me to be true. My faith is strong and resolute, but I, early on, felt that I heard, for one of the very few times in my life, I did hear God speak to me. As I said to myself, I can handle anything, God. I can handle anything. I just can't handle not knowing. We can't handle not knowing.
Yeah.
I have to know. And I heard a voice. And it said, you do know where she is. So whether she is on this earth still, or whether she is in heaven, I know where she is. I know who she's with. But we
Yes.
need to know.
Well, there you have it. I mean, they really just don't know much more than we do. It's sadly looking like, and we are at day 54. So I really pray we get a break in this case. Maybe someone watching this, I don't know, but I strongly believe the reason nobody has come forward is because this person lives in the area. They blend in really well. It's like, oh, that person would never do that. It can't be that person. One of those, like, somebody that works every day that you would never guess, did this. But the clue is going to be in that perpetrator's face. The more we get these pictures out, the body, I mean, the more we study it, the more it's going to resonate with somebody. There was a guy walking the other night on Dads Go Live that a lot of people were like, oh, that guy's really weird. And he was walking and he was flashing the flashlight at his truck, kind of, not just to see, but almost to hide who he was. And, that's fine. Some people just don't want to be filmed. But at first look, it looked really odd. I mean, here's the clip that's been come into question.
No, but where have they been?
There's
They
literally
have
somebody
not
in the
said
road
that.
up there. Just walked across the road. Dude, hold on. All right, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna go check this out. Dude,
Because nobody has said anything about like confirmed that
there's not a road
she
right
was
here. Why would
there
somebody
with
just
her
cross the
phone
road?
at like she was at home. Nobody has confirmed that she was actually at home. Because if that would have been the fact, then they would have shown us, oh look, she actually got home, and this is show us the car.
Okay. Oh, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, from my understanding, the sheriff and the FBI was releasing that her pacemaker disconnected at a certain time. Dude. And with
Here I slowed the video down so we could get a better look while I was investigating it, so you can see. And I did cut out the, parts where he was just driving, where the person wasn't in the view. I did find another video with the same guy walking, same outfit even, 2 weeks prior and other nights. So I think this is just a walker. Watching him walk, his legs are pretty straight. Guy on the video kind of has a bow-legged appearance. And this guy's hip area is a little bigger than I think the perp. So got a bigger rear end, for lack of a better term. He also looks possibly taller and possibly older to me. I guess given all the drama with the audio, it kind of looks more scary sometimes than it is. Tennis shoes, nothing crazy. But we need to keep this perpetrator that we know is the perpetrator out in the limelight. These pictures, that was enhanced by, I think it was Entertainment Tonight enhanced it with the color. But we need to get these pictures out, keep them out, because someone's going to recognize this guy. This is going to be your guy, Maybe we did a video yesterday on a Carolyn. Maybe this guy does some kind of PT. Maybe he works in healthcare. Maybe he's got a good job. I mean, it's somebody that doesn't fit just by the clothing. He's playing the part, but he doesn't fit the role because that's not who he is by day. If you haven't checked out my video on Carolyn, a 69-year-old woman missing 3 days after Nancy, please go to my channel and check that video out. It's the video right before this one. The resemblance is just scary. I can't get over that. She's still missing. Still no answer. Her case is just as bizarre. Check out that video. Let's get these ladies home. Let's get some justice. Let's find this perpetrator. Because I am watching everything, and I know you're out there. And I want everyone to do the same. Just keep watching. Open your mind up and keep looking. Thank you for watching, and always be safe.